A lot of the pain that we go through, and when you start reading the Bible more and you see that a lot of the people in the Bible, it was their pain that brought them into their purpose. My name is Carrie Woods, and I got baptized when I was probably about 7 because my big sister Michelle did. I don't think I've really been dedicated to Christ until I got quite a bit older. So I'm 47 now, so it's been about 40 years since I was baptized. I think a lot of the things that have happened to me through life have definitely brought me so much closer. My first marriage was not to somebody who was very nice. He was kind of abusive. And then when I left him, he committed suicide. And at that time, I wasn't going to church. I didn't go to church. I went to church a lot in high school, but as I got out on my own, I didn't really go to church. So I think I was pretty lost after he committed suicide because I had 2 kids. I met my second husband, Mike, pretty close after my first husband died, and I don't think I realized how much of a blessing he was for a lot of years. So we were married, Mike and I, in 2004, and then he died in 2016 in a motorcycle accident. We were regular churchgoers, our first baby, Vance, he was Moses in the Nile River at Bible school. So we were always at church, but I think a lot of it was more, I don't think we were as committed in our whole entirety of our life to the Lord as we probably should have been. When he passed away, I have to say, at the funeral, I was in a God bubble, because I would tell people, well, I only have to give him up once, and then I'll get to have him forever. And but for about a year after that, I fell apart, honestly, and I was not behaving like a Christian at all. I was really lost for a while, and then I started to kind of get it back together, and then my son died of an aneurysm at the age of 2. I did a lot better when he passed away, because by that point, I had learned that God was the only thing that was going to keep me together. Without him, I really don't know where I would be. Since Mike died, I started raising Mike and I's kids a lot different than I did my first crew, my older crew. We read the Bible a lot more, and I really want them to be where I am now a lot earlier in life than I was. Because I would say I probably didn't get super close to God until after Mike died. Mike was, he was my soulmate, and I didn't think I could live without. And when I realized that when I fell away and was living in the flesh, it wasn't making anything any better. And I started to lean into God and got peace and purpose, and knew that a lot of what God was trying to teach me was that I needed to be totally dependent on him, no matter what. Even if I didn't have a husband, or even if I lost everything like Job, or even if the answer is no to the things that my heart desires, that God is all I need to be content in this life. And without him, there's no purpose. There's nothing without him. This life is just temporary. This is just a flash in the pan. I so look forward to eternity and being with Jesus and my Creator, and just like for me, I don't know if this is the right thing to say, but like earth is like the closest you get to hell as a Christian, because eternity is, it's forever. This is our hell. A lot of the pain that we go through, and when you start reading the Bible more and you see that a lot of the people in the Bible, it was their pain that brought them into their purpose and brought them where they needed to be. It brought them, and everything was to bring them closer to God. And that's exactly where He wants us to be. He wants to be our strength and our weakness. Like, that's who God is. My children's future probably, and even my future, about, being content that if I'm alone, and just trusting that my children, that God has their path set for them too, that sometimes your purpose comes out of a hard road, but that I definitely want them to be in heaven, and that is like my main purpose in life, is to make sure I tell everybody I love and everybody I know that Jesus is the answer to everything in life. And that's where my heart is.